We are CLC.
You know, I was actually planning a what happened to CLC video like a week ago, and then boom, Kpop Entertainment announced they're having a comeback. This is after nearly a year break since their last release. That's great news, but I would be cautious, because it's obvious after G-IDLE's debut, Kpop Entertainment has kind of forgotten about CLC. And maybe you're like me and love both groups and want to see them both succeed. But will CLC continue to get promotions, or will they go back to waiting for their next comeback? Today, we're going to take a look at their history, how they were created, the huge but successful change in music style, and is this new comeback basically make or break for CLC? Instead of a typical what happened video, I think this one's more of a what will happen to CLC. Now, before looking forward, I always like to look back. In 2014, at the peak of 4Minute's career, when they were preparing for the viral hit Crazy, Kpop Entertainment was working behind the scenes to create a brand new girl group. Imagine being the group to follow up 4Minute. Well, these were the girls selected to be in that upcoming group. Seunghee, Yujin, Seungyeon, Sorn, and Yeon. Now you're thinking, wait, that's only 1, 2, 3, that's only 5 members. Yes, CLC or Crystal Clear's original lineup was only these 5, until the addition of 2 more sometime later. Before debut, the girls of CLC got to work on a project with GOT7 and B1A4 for a brand promotion. This, along with being backup dancers for solo artist GNA's song Pretty Lingerie, was the first time CLC was seen. But people would get a closer look when CLC would go to the streets to hold busking events. This was all filmed for the show CLC Love Chemistry. And it wasn't just a simple reality show. CLC's show was about the girls performing on the streets to raise money for children with disabilities in Korea. They worked pretty hard over the 4 episodes and were proud when the show came to an end. But that also meant it was time for them to make their debut. CLC made their debut as 5 in 2015 with the song Pepe. No, not that Pepe. You spend way too much time on Twitch. Come on. CLC's debut was a concept-bending song with some soulful vocals and rap. And looking back, CLC had a very solid debut. But would that be enough? Because other groups also debuted that year. Groups that would become giants in K-pop. We're talking about names like Oh My Girl, G-Friend, iKON, 17, and yes, Twice. Without having to mention it, competition was tough for CLC. In order to keep up, the group prepared a cute and pretty comeback single called Like. This would kick off a trend of cute concepts CLC would be known for. With a few songs in their discography, they would quickly set off to promote outside of Korea. In Malaysia for the first Love promo tour. It proved that CLC, being rookies, already has a fan base internationally. In 2016, CLC continued to release new music, this time in their 3rd EP, Refresh, and the title track, High Heels. The innocent adorableness came back as well, but things would get interesting for the group when Kpop Entertainment announced they wanted to add new members. The 2 members were Cube trainees Elki Chung and Kwang Eunbi. Now, Eunbi was actually planned for the original lineup before debut, but was dropped due to delays in the debut process. Since then, she was competing in Mnet's Produce 101, meaning that Eunbi couldn't join with CLC to promote because of contract conflicts. But depending on if she made the debuting team or was eliminated, she would join CLC eventually. As it went, Eunbi would go as far as the 3rd elimination in Produce 101, and so was finally able to join up with the rest of CLC to perform on some music shows. Then in May, they finally released an album as the 7 we know them today. Oh No No seemed like the same as the other releases, but actually, the lyrics are something not seen in K-pop that often. The lyrics are about a girl who's not ready to do anything with a guy yet, saying it's fine to say no and waiting till you're ready. In Japan, CLC actually debuted some time ago, but it wasn't until their 2nd Japanese album, Kamisma, where the group entered the Oricon charts at number 9. That's pretty good for a brand new girl group from Korea. With those signs of promise in Japan, Kpop Entertainment set up a fan meeting for CLC at Tower Records in Tokyo. Now back from greeting Japanese fans, CLC returned to Korea and was planning a return like nothing they've ever done before. Everybody was surprised. Now, this was probably the first time you heard people mention CLC. Yo, did you check out Hobgoblin by CLC yet? It was a whole different concept no one could have predicted, but they embraced the change and killed it. With the help of label mate Hyuna, who helped in writing, and other producers who created 4 Minutes Crazy, it's not surprising that Hobgoblin was similar, with a heavy EDM sound and dark, sexy concept. But with this hit, CLC was finally getting the attention of international fans very quickly, and Korean fans very slowly. This song changed everything for CLC and the future of the group. Hobgoblin was the fuel that drove CLC up the Billboard World Album Chart, peaking at number 4. Until now, it's been a very inconsistent with album sales in Korea. Very up and down until Hobgoblin. And it's been a steady rise ever since. At this time, I was very much anticipating CLC's comeback after what everyone saw with Hobgoblin. But we were all surprised with the direction CLC went next. This was Where Are You? It was inspired by the style of first-generation K-pop girl groups like Finkel and SES, which leads to a bit of confusion about what CLC really is as far as their style, which we could say is anything at this point. That is, until 2018. Can you see me now, huh? Black Dress is when we got to see that badass CLC again, and how can you not be excited? CLC can do anything we've seen in their career, but this is what CLC is best at. And right here was a concert to celebrate their 3rd anniversary and charity concert, where donations were made by attendees that were later donated to the Diabetes Association in Korea. After some time in 2019, CLC would tear through K-pop with bangers, and I mean bangers, with the song No, and the single Me. Building on top of every comeback, CLC was undeniably getting more confident and vastly improving, even getting involved in the writing process, as member Yeon is credited in writing for both songs. Also, quick fun fact here, Seoyeon from labelmate group I-DLE also co-wrote for the title track No. Just a little bit of family love there, man. You just love it, you know? And No was also very special for CLC because this was the song that got the girls their first ever win on a music show after 4 years in K-pop. And sales of this EP doubled with 15,000 copies sold. Likewise, CLC entered the Billboard charts yet again. It looked like CLC was about to take off. Now, Devil was a bit off of the road compared to what CLC was going with all these hardcore songs. It was more retro, it was more funky, and it was hinting back to all their previous releases all the way till their debut. The song was still a great reflection of CLC's talent. Now, it's been nearly a year since then. But guess what? They are in fact coming back with the single Helicopter. But here is the underlining problem. For a 5-year-old group, CLC doesn't have a full album. Even with the upcoming comeback Helicopter in September, it's another single. Plus, they have no light stick for their fandom. All of that has been given to other artists in Cube. And while G-IDLE debuted when CLC was building momentum, that didn't help either. I love both, but G-IDLE has completely skyrocketed in popularity, while CLC really hasn't. And it's not because CLC is helpless and old. We've seen what CLC is capable of, and they have years on their contract. Also, the members are incredibly talented. Yeon made headlines with her performances on the rap show Good Girl. Seunghee has underrated vocals. Seungyeon is a strong dancer that has monthly dance covers where she creates a whole new choreography every month. Sorn is the Thai member that speaks English and brings in a whole new audience with her presence online. Like seriously, CLC has potential for days. Basically, CLC should be shining by now. That much is crystal clear. Alright, that's it for me, and that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please hit that like, and remember, only 16% of people that watch my videos are subscribed. Let's get that number up as we're on the race to 300K by the end of 2020. Now, like I said, I was planning to do a what happened to CLC a week ago, but then Cube was like, boom, alright, CLC is coming back. So it kind of put a little hold on that video, but I wanted to do it to kind of promote that they're coming back and to show their history up until the point where they changed everything and how they need attention and they need to be taken seriously as a group. Basically, stream Helicopter and stand CLC. That's all I gotta say. I love to hear your take on if G-I-DLE's debut and like their such explosion in popularity affected CLC, or could they both exist in the same world as far as Cube's world if they would have been promoting, or if they didn't have delays and comebacks or what have you. Also, I want to ask you guys, who should I cover in another What Happened video? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Now I want to give a big shout out to the people on Patreon for supporting me and supporting the videos, supporting the channel. If you want to help out as little as $2 a month, we'll keep these videos going. And no worries if you can't, another way to support is by clicking on one of these videos over here. Check those out if you haven't already. And thank you guys so much for watching. This weekend, I have to celebrate getting another year older, and I'm not having a quarter life crisis about it. I'm not. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Annyeong.